In today's episode, I'm going to be sharing with you how I specifically manifest consistent sales in my business. Let's get into the episode. Hey guys, it's Elise here from House of Brazen, where I help boss babes sell more of their digital products online. And today we are actually talking more about the mindset, almost spiritual aspect of selling your products. So what I mean is, obviously in a business, you need strategy, you need systems to be able to make money, right? But there is a huge element that I think a lot of entrepreneurs miss and don't use and don't realize that that's one of the biggest things that are holding them back. It is mindset. It is having a good mindset around money. The truth is, action can only get you so far. Then you need to align yourself, your thoughts, your habits, your actions with what you want. I always say to people that you cannot get to where you want to go thinking the same thoughts, doing the same things, having the same habits. You have to change that in order to be able to get and access this new place. So for me, when I first started my business, I hit a huge mental block around money. I just could not see how I was going to make consistent money from this business. It was almost just like a luck of the draw that I would make a sale. I had no idea how to comprehend it. And I couldn't figure it out because there were so many other entrepreneurs that I followed who were killing it, making really good money, like consistent money, didn't have to worry about whether a sale was going to come in today. And I just couldn't fathom how that was even possible. Like, how did they do it? Obviously, marketing is, the action you would take to do that. But how did you know that money was going to be coming in every day? How did you know that? And that's the block that I was having trouble with at the time. I just couldn't figure it out. All of this really flared up when I quit my job because I was like, holy shit, I only have my savings and I'm making money from my business, but it's nowhere near consistent. It's sort of like dribs and drabs that I would make sales. And so the only thing I knew how to do was the strategy that I was implementing at the time. That's all I knew how to do. So I was like, I'm literally doing what I need to do to be able to make money. So how am I going to make more? Like, how is this even possible? And then I realized it wasn't anything to do with my strategy or the action I was taking. It was all to do with my psychology and how I was thinking. I couldn't fathom how I was going to make consistent money. So of course I wasn't going to make consistent money, I had to change how I was thinking about money in order to be able to fathom making more, if that makes sense, right? So I couldn't get to where I wanted to go thinking the way that I thought. Something had to change. And I knew if I didn't change it, I was going to wind up back in a job. So the fear of actually going back to a job leveraged me to get my ass into gear and make a change. Today, I'm going to share with you the 3 things that I highly recommend to do, that I do today to make consistent sales in my business. Number 1, and this is the most important one, is you have to fill your mind with content around changing your mindset around money. It's like, no shit. So what I recommend to do is either find a specific teacher. Like, my favorite money mindset mentor is Duffield-thomas. She's an Aussie, so I think that's why I like her. And she's just so chill and it's just so practical what she teaches. Find someone that you can follow. For me, it's Denise, maybe Wayne Dyer, maybe Catherine Zenkina, who runs the Manifestation Babe, maybe Amanda Francis, whoever it is. Find someone and just read, consume everything that they have to say about money, and then implement it. Think about it. Use it. If they have videos, watch them. If they have podcasts, listen to them. If they have downloadable audios, download them to your iPod and listen to them all the time. If they have ebooks, audiobooks, physical books, anything, consume all of the content in all ways, all the time, like all day. I did in the beginning, especially if you have like a serious scarcity mindset going on, you have to like brainwash yourself with this stuff like all day, not just like once a day, all day. You have to constantly be interrupting your negative thought patterns to do with money to be able to change it, right? And this is more what I do now because my mindset is a lot better around money, so it's more like maintenance mode. But if you're in the beginning stages, if you're really like feeling the scarcity, or you're you just cannot see, like me, you cannot figure out how you're going to make consistent money, I've recommended you just have to like drown yourself with content. The second part, which is what I do now, daily affirmations. I used to like put down affirmations because I thought they were bullshit. But the thing is, you need affirmations that resonate with you, but you also need to recite them every day. So I was saying that they didn't work, but I was only like doing them once in a blue moon. Of course they don't friggin' work if you're just doing it once in a blue moon. It's like if I go for a run today and then I don't run again for a year, am I gonna be a professional runner in that time? No. Daily affirmations help me so much. So I'll read you a couple of mine because I think it's always helpful to know what people are saying. So I am greatly compensated just for breathing is an affirmation that I use to cancel out the fact that I need to work hard in order to make money. My customers are absolutely in love with my products and are getting massive results. Now this one I find really hard to say. I don't know why, like it emits like this kind of like, oh God, like being seen kind of feeling. So for me, I know that like I consistently have to keep saying this every day so that I become more accepting and okay with people buying my stuff and seeing me, if that makes sense. Another one is my income is constantly increasing and I always have more than enough money in the bank. So this is a huge one with a lot of people, is that a lot of people can manifest money, but it's usually only enough, like just enough. There's never like excess. So this specific affirmation allows there to be more. You know, I can have enough, but I can also have more in the bank. And it's there in the bank. It's not like in PayPal, it's not coming to me, it's not like somewhere out there. It's like in my bank account and I can access it whenever I want. Another one is money is an unlimited resource that's always flowing to me. Always. This is one that I say to myself all the time, even when I'm not doing daily affirmations, is that there's always more than enough. There's always money. Money is always around. There's always plenty, and there's plenty for me. Because I want to get myself into that space where I believe that there's always enough. I'm always taken care of. I always wanted to get to that point where I believed that there was more than enough. Like no matter what, I was going to be fine because there's always more than enough. And I think it's important because you want to have an abundant mindset overall. You don't want to have like a closed off mindset where you believe that you only have what you have and there's no possible way to make any more or get any more. That's a terrible mindset to have. Please, if that's yours, work on your stuff. Yeah, so those are some of the affirmations that I use daily. I highly recommend you to come up with your own. You know, think about things that sort of trouble you and then flip them. So if you have a real problem with believing that there's ever enough, like if you're always like, there's never enough money, one of your affirmations could be, this is an abundant universe. There is always more than enough money out there for me. Whatever you want, like word it however you want. If you want to make it an I am statement, or if you just want to make it a believable statement, which I recommend, then do it. Great resources for affirmations are Manifestation Babe and Amanda Francis. She always puts up really good affirmations on her Facebook page, so check her out. Number 3 on how I manifest consistent sales this is going to be a weird one, is tipping. In New Zealand, we don't tip. It's not part of our culture or what we do. So because I've spent like most of 2018 in America or Mexico, tipping is huge there. It's just something that you do. And because I got into the habit of tipping, because you have to, it made me feel really generous. Like I was grateful that I was able to tip. Like, I have enough money that I can tip people. And then it got to the point that even when I didn't have to tip, I would give money to homeless people on the street or to buskers, especially buskers, because, you know, it's like they're talented, they're entertaining me. I want to give them, you know, 20 pesos or whatever I had on me at the time. Without knowing it, it actually made me feel more abundant because I had the means to be able to do this, and so it brought more to me. Hopefully that makes sense. So if you happen to be in the countries that do tip, try to look at it in a way that makes you feel grateful, that makes you feel abundant, so that that energy attracts more back to you. Because I know, like, it's just a way of life over there. So if maybe you don't notice it as much, but for someone like me where it's not a way of life, I really noticed it. But if you can switch your mindset over to realizing like how amazing it is to be able to tip and to give people money when you don't have to, it's a very empowering feeling because you have the means to be able to do that. You have the means to be able to help someone. So yeah, that's my third tip on how I make consistent sales. That's it from me today. I hope you enjoyed this episode because the mindset aspect isn't a huge thing that I talk about, but it's actually something I practice more than I do running my business, because the mindset aspect is so freaking important when you're running a business. You need to constantly be up-leveling how you're thinking in order to be able to take your business to where you want to take it. So with saying that, I will be trying to bring more mindset aspect stuff to you. We'll see how we go. In the meantime, I would love to hear from you. Do you make consistent sales in your business? And if so, what is like 1 or 2 things that you believe contribute to the success of making those consistent sales every day? Let me know in the comments below. Give this video a thumbs up, and I would love it if you could subscribe to my channel. And other than that, I will catch you in the next episode.